Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teachers Noob. Today I have, first time in a while, Dead Guy. And today we got a long one, as we're going to cover the entirety of Grant Morrison's nu52 Action Comics run. And what's your experience with this? I know you got in with the nu52, but did you read the Action Comics stuff at the time?
No, I did not. I only read the mains. Like the Justice League was what got me into it, and then Batman. Obviously, I read all the Batman.
But why not Superman? That's a main.
That was my. I hadn't quite fallen in love with Superman phase, so I kind of skipped over him a lot. And really,
by the time you got into, you would have gotten into it. You had to love Dell stuff and all this everything. Or eventually, we had Truth. Ugh.
And to be honest with you, it was the animated movies that WB was putting out for DC.
Oh, I know, Justice League War and all that.
That got me back into Superman, to be honest.
Right.
Like, then I was like, why nu52? I picked that to get back into Superman, but I thought it was pretty cool how they killed him and made the other Clark come through time and kind of watch it happen. And Lois is like, they need you, so they sort of fixed it. It's just it was too late. People were already like, but nu52 Superman sucks.
Yeah, and even by the time they did Superman Doomed, where he got turned into Doomsday. I don't know if you read that event.
No, because I read the first time through. I read the Death of Superman, and I didn't
but look at this cover. Look at this cover. Rags Morales, the guy who did Identity Crisis.
Yeah, it's quite unique.
Yep. And what do you think about the T-shirt?
It's
good for the start. It's good for a start. It's bad for because it matches up with Connor.
If it was Connor, completely acceptable.
So I mean, it is feels like a good in between the suit and Superboy and wearing the suit.
Okay, so this might be what we're getting from Gunn. I'm thinking
maybe
the age range,
which is fine. Oh, his art.
I love the black and white, man. Yep. I love the black and white.
Oh, come on. I hate when it does this. Don't you?
When
DC Universe gets Infinite gets out of order.
Oh, yeah.
Up the Jim Lee cover.
Oh, God. He's my favorite artist.
But yeah, we open up with a crime boss working together with another crime boss. When Superman show up, rats with money, and rats with guns. I'm your worst nightmare. As he basically goes a bit more Batman-like. And now here's the thing, people. I think the one problem with the nu52 Superman that got started here, but people didn't pay attention as it went forward. This was a Superman who starts off a bit of a jerk.
Yeah.
But the problem is Morrison actually gets him back to be the proper Superman level, but other writers kept going with the jerk.
Okay.
Even Jeff Johns kind of did. Let's be honest.
No, Johns. When he wrote Justice League, the dynamics between all of them, they were assholes to each other. Like
I know, and that's why I feel like his Superman. He's done a great Superman, and he even tried to fix nu52 Superman when he got on the Superman, the actual Superman book. But by that point, it was too little, too late. But I do think he got better with Superman as it went on.
I mean, I'm curious to see where this is going. Jerk Superman has his moments, so
right, and it does match up with Golden Age. Like the first arc represents the Golden Age era.
Okay.
Transitioning into the Silver Age. It's, he's holding up a criminal.
Yeah.
But then he just drops in like, no, nobody's so big they can't be taken down a peg or two. I could keep this up as long as you like, mister. I'm guilty. What do you want me to say? I use illegal cheap labor, no safety standards. I bribe city officials. I lied to everyone. You know the deal, Metropolis. Treat people right or expect a visit from me. Of course, the police don't like it. Yeah, he's coming up a bit cocky.
Yeah.
He's all yours. Activate the city. As we see Lex Luthor with General Lane. And this is a loser has a bit of a gut and everything. Like, he's not the perfectly in shape man, but at the same time, he's arrogant.
Right.
And give me a regiment of men like the Superman. How could I call him that? It was your daughter that christened the creature, General Lane. Notice how it didn't refuse the name. Glenn Morgan seems unduly anxious to help out, wouldn't you say? Galaxy has the whole new Morvaria triangle earmarked for development, so we're free to hit hard. You boasted you could deliver Superman, and you have until 8 p.m. Beyond that time, your outrageous consultation fee is more than we're prepared to accept. Am I clear, Luther? I could have spent a few more dollars on props and drained your entire Steel Soldier budget dry, but I love my country. In return, all I ask is information, Sam. I can prove to you once and for all that a monster walks among us. But yeah, we see them trying to wreck down a building. Of course, he comes in and saves them all. Again, you're under arrest. Oh, they try to stop. Like, you run. What's he doing? No, that's impossible. Tank 2. They said he was strong, but that's Tank 2. Fire. Gah! You get out of here. We'll cover ya. So yeah, they're trying to stop him, and he makes his way back home and quickly changes, and he meets up with his landlady, Miss Nixley. Yeah, and who's a nice, sweet old lady who helps him out and everything. Did you hear about Superman dropping the neo-Nazis into the sewage works? I heard about a woman over in Baker Line whose husband was beating her every night until Superman heard her crying and threw the guy out the window, referencing the original Action #1.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nice, sweet lady as he pays up. You're like, unlike some of the so-called bohemian genius sites I put up with in this building, artists, musicians, models, whatever, it's all translate to professionally unemployed. And don't let me forget your friend stopped by earlier. 2 men and a woman, blonde, very nice, good looking. I thought they were actors. Okay, great talking to you. Come on, Jimmy Olsen, Clark Kent, and guns and girding Glenn Morgan's ex-enforcers. It's him, Olsen. He's right here under our noses. Who are you talking to? Clark Kent. Clark, I'm with Lois on the platform at Emperor. Clark Kent? Clark, my best friend for 6 months, Kent. That's what I'm saying, Clark. We're right here at the station. Dude, what's up? Oh, that Clark Kent. The one who works for our rival newspaper. Let's keep him out of this. Yeah, he's at the Star. Just like he was in Action #1.
Okay.
But, and there are skeletons in the foundation. Basically, yeah, he's starting to realize something's up, and he's trying to hurry over there. But then something's going to happen to the train. He's trying to stop it because things are just speeding up. Like, now pay attention. You think you got something to say? Say it to the guns. Ow. As he like, we're slowing down. We're safe, everybody. Of course. Oh, geez, look at this artwork.
Wow.
Of course, Sam is not happy what happened, but it's like, but aim the world's biggest bullet at its head with the help of a very disgruntled businessman. You wanted Superman, General Lane, dead or alive. Behold, I give you Superman. Stay in touch. Oh! And right at 8 o'clock as promised.
Train was on time.
No. Lex was on time.
I know. It was a joke. I was just joking.
Right. But how was that for the first issue?
Intriguing. Definitely like one. Yeah. Okay. Now the cover is even more intriguing. Yep.
Ethan. Not a great cover.
That's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, he's trying to break free. Like, juice him again. Ah! This is nuts. His heart rate just accelerates and slows back down to normal. It's not human. Dr. Luther, his X-ray's opaque. Try again for a blood sample. We've gone as far as we can with the electric chair. Personally, I'd like to see how its skin reacts to a powerful solvent. How quickly can we get some fluoroatomic acid down here? What the hell's going on here? Luther, Dr. Irons, Sergeant Corbin, what can I do to make your lives better and brighter? You can tell me exactly what you think you're doing here. I only just heard about this. Torturing a man on U.S. soil or anywhere else is unacceptable. Those laws apply to human beings, Shirley. And tell me how we can torture a so-called man with steel hard skin and hair that can't be cut. Take a look. He's fine. That him? That beat-up looking kid is him? Are you even listening to me? I want to stop right now. He's shaking off the gas. Tissue Jam is repairing itself right in front of me. Get a move on. Your steel program is obsolete as of today. Augmented humans. Dissecting this creature will teach us how to build warrior gods. Dr. Loser, vital signs are stabilizing. He's waking up. There's no justification for this. None whatsoever. General Lane can have my resignation. I quit. I thought he'd never leave. So, we've established that torture is a very bad thing. Wow, what a dick.
Yep.
But an interesting take on Luther, wouldn't you say?
It's more like classic Luther.
But he's not the businessman where he's worried about it. He's more like he's a consultant for all this. So he's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
I like it.
And his cape is this is the whole. His cape was his blanket.
Right. And they can't. They're trying their best to destroy it, and they can't.
They can't. And then Lois shows up. Like, so he is here. I knew it. Here is a secure military establishment. Wherever he is, he's safe in the hands of experts. And I'll take this as evidence. Oh, look at this. He's actually seeing his, we're seeing his reflection of seeing the person through. Black's doing that.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's something like this, am I right? Isn't this one of your kind in its natural state? Stop doing that. I look just like everybody else, except my eyes don't absorb radiation like yours do. They emit all kinds, like the microwave that just cooked your equipment. Shock him, Dr. Luther. Nothing works. Dad, I've had enough of this. An already overburdened plate of unproduced sewage right now, Lois. John, you talk her down. So yeah, this is John Corbin, but unlike in Superman's Secret Origin and all that, Corbin's not a bad guy here.
Okay.
This is a guy who would eventually become Metallo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy here, actually. He's actually a decent guy, whereas other versions, he's a dick.
Okay. Interesting.
But Superman's trying to get out of there. Sound the alarm! Oh, look at Lex! He's all like, do something! He's wanting to lose control. He's panicking. And of course, he shields his braid. At ease, boys. Now, you took something that belongs to me. Call me sentimental, but I want it back right now, or I'll break your scrawny neck. I'll find it. He gets his cape, and by that, forget it. I'm out of here. But he finds his ship.
What?
El Rao, El Edit, Kal-El. Protect yourself. I'll come back for you. Your prisons can't hold me. Your weapons can't hurt me. Hands in the air! So now what are you going to do? Turn around? Sham! I guess you didn't hear me the first time. I'm leaving. He's in the shaft. Wow. He's on the loose. Sorry, Miss Lane. The elevator's full right now. He makes his way out of there. But then Dr. Irons, he insisted the metal fusion technique. He was at least 6 months away from being safe. Dr. Irons quit. We're going to do what we have to. I don't care if the rig's untested. This is what I was trained for. So this is Corbin. He's ready to do a man versus Superman. She'll see. Because he wants to impress Lois.
Okay. Plot thickens.
Oh, and look who Lois has been working with.
That figures.
Saying he's not Brainiac though. He's actually known as the Collector.
Okay. Well.
In fact, let me double check something very quickly.
I can see that.
I just want to double check if he was supposed to be the same or not. nu52. I'll just say Brainiac. Just a moment. Yeah, the Collector of the Worlds is what he was actually seen as.
The Collector of Worlds.
Yeah, that's what he was known as, which is fitting.
He does do that. He does do that.
He does collect worlds. Okay. Oh, and then look at his behind-the-scenes stuff.
I love this stuff.
Yep. Great artwork.
Okay. Put him in baggy clothes to hide his figure.
Yep. Well, that's what he usually does.
Look at the differences in Lex's. That's
Yep.
pretty cool, man. That's neat. I do like this Lex more realistic.
Yeah, he's definitely more realistic. More realistic than other versions of Lex. Way better than Jesse Eisenberg.
Everything was better than.
I mean, I
Jesse
get it. They were trying to
Eisenberg.
go for something similar, and it could have worked. Do I think Jesse could have done it? Yes. If they didn't just tell him to be flamboyant.
I thought Spacey was good, personally.
Kryptonite! But
I
you know what
thought
my favorite
Spacey
bit
was
from him
good.
always was? After he shivved him and goes, now fly. That always gets me. I'm like, ooh!
Because to me, this reminds me of Spacey's Lex.
It does. But like I said, could Eisenberg have pulled it off? I think he could have.
He was so chirpy and twitchy. It's just he's more
Exactly.
Riddler-like.
But I think as an actor, I think he could have done it. There was some of the moments, like when he says, the whole what you heard in the trailer, the whole God versus man, day versus night.
Mm-hmm.
Moments like that when he gave those speeches, I'm like, okay, that comes close. Gene Ha's artwork, as Gene Ha would do the flashback distortions with Krypton. Get out of Laura and Kandor, Laura. Warn the others. They're trying to warn him about what's going on, but unfortunately, the Collector of Worlds shows up. And in this version, Laura's a badass.
Yeah.
In fact, that was one thing in Lobdell's run when he would do the Zero issue, where we would find out that that Laura actually learned at the military academy.
Oh, okay.
Which I love.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
That's cool.
But Clark then wakes up as Nick still is trying to get through to him and get to him. Like, Clark, you look terrible, Clark. Compared to how I feel, that's a compliment. But unfortunately, they're coming here to look around at everything, trying to figure out, because unfortunately there are some things that make him think that he might be tied into some corruption going on. But with it because of his news stories.
Okay.
I won't stop trying to expose the corruption metropolis. If that makes me an outsider or a freak, I'm fine with that. Again, going with the idea that he stops the bigger things as Superman that he can with his fist, but as Clark, he will then stop the other things with news.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense.
Yep. Superman, a Robin Hood with the strength of 10 men, urban folklore. So he acts like he doesn't believe in it. And in his bag, just his gym stuff. Well, now, who knew? So what's all this about you're from outer space? So, she found out.
Uh-oh.
Nope, as
now
we then
she
see.
has to die.
No.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, we see Clark meeting up with Jimmy. He's been kind of his helper, they're a good friend for a bit. But then meets up with Lois as well. My sisters respond, so there's a whole planet of these hot super guys. Kent, you look like something a pig couldn't hold down. Duly charmed.
Wow.
But yeah, protesters are gathering up and everything. I mean, obviously I'm speeding through this because we got 18 issues to go through.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately, though, because of all that's happened, people are afraid of him now. Thanks to, the media and them seeing just truly how powerful he is. They know he's an alien. Ma, Pa, I'm so sorry. I tried. Look, even helped the kid, and she freaks out. Okay, that don't look like a kid there. That don't look like no kid there.
No, but to be fair, he did smash a truck.
Yeah, but that was because the kid, she was right out in the middle of it.
That was scary. I get it.
What? Why are you following us? Following you? What are you doing here? This is my story. Clark is there, so they're both meeting up at the same point when your planet's database have been copied and filed in advance of imminent destruction and the extinction of all life. Terminates will preserve significant artifacts. They're ready to test itself on Corbin, who shaved his mustache for this.
Here we go.
But unfortunately, at the same time, the Collector of Worlds has hacked in.
Here we go. I think we know how this story turns out.
But poor Corbin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. What's it doing to me? I'm a human being. Lois. I did it for Lois. Aww.
Uh-oh.
Dear God. John, his heart burst. I am without a heart. I am the voice of the colony of the collectors of worlds. May I be the first to welcome you to planet Earth. I am Lex Luthor. You and I, we made a bargain, remember? Then where is Superman?
Here we go.
Ooh, look at this. Some of Perez's stuff. Oh, rest in peace, dear sir.
Wow.
Now he did the cover. The other artwork is Jesus Marino, who I love his artwork too. He's a great inker and a great penciler.
Wow.
And he also announced when Nicola Scott was going to do a fill-in issue.
Okay.
And then we see stuff about Superboy and Supergirl, Michael Green and Mike Johnson, the guy who did those arcs of Superman, Batman. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Those were good Supergirl stories.
They only had the one issue. Oh, you're talking about the new 52 stuff?
No, the ones we went over before.
We only did the one Supergirl issue. Now it's the team up with Robin.
Yeah, that was really good too.
The debut of Steel.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, like I warned you. I warned everybody. One alien appears, and suddenly there are 10. He's trying to run. You contacted me. The world's most advanced scientific mind. It was my safety in return for where is Superman? In advance of an imminent planetary destruction and the extinction of all life. Terminats will preserve. What are those things, Mr. Tide? I don't know. This is impossible. What am I looking at?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Kent, when did you say Kent? You see, Steel gets his own. He has his own suit already ready. So in other words, things are sped up a little bit here for him.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Get to the bus. Get out of here. So he's trying to help them out. And Superman, stand down. You're under arrest. Are you kidding me? Where is Superman? Slap on their braces, boys. Otherwise, stand back and let me do my job. Oh, gee, it puts a tank on its head.
Wow.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Wow. Look, Lois is hot wiring.
What have I done? That, Lois?
Forgive me. I feel bad. And they're stealing all their artifacts.
Preserving.
Lois Lane, I am Superman now. Lois, help me. Like, John, is that you? John Corbin? Lois, help me. No, John, it's in me. Another planet bigger than I am the voice of the colony of the collector of worlds. No, you're U.S. Army Sergeant John Wayne Corbin. John Wayne, an experimental warsuit Metal Zero. John, remember Maui, where you discovered your allergy to spam and broke out in hives? Lois, the spam story's not working. Why preserve you? On another planet, Lois Lane, you broke my heart. No heart is better. Tell me, where is Superman? John, listen to my voice. Your favorite band is Red Hot Chili Peppers. The ending of Pinocchio makes you cry every time. You're looking for Superman, dude? Detected. Uh-oh. John, stop it! Again, I like this. This is similar but different to the Lois and Corbin stuff in Secret Origins, where still military, but he was like a complete piece of shit.
Yeah.
Here, again, he feels like clearly it blows his act his way. He was a good man. A man that really loved her, but she didn't care for him beyond a friend.
Unfortunately, he liked the Red Hot Chili Peppers, though. So that's unforgivable.
Oh, come on!
That's unforgivable.
Uh-oh. Want some human-built Metal Zero to kill you? How does that make you feel? Turn around! Turn us around! Did we get him? Get him? Now move! Commence Dwarf Star lensing. Get off the bridge! Something's coming! Hello? I have whiplash. Concussion. Is this your doing? Whatever you are, wherever you're from, we had an arrangement. What have you done to me? Uh-oh. Collection is complete. What is this? I dreamed about this. Except for you. Superman! I'll take care of this! Dr. Irons? I am the voice. Don't know who's in charge in there, John, but I designed and built this warsuit you're wearing. The city. What happened to the city? And I'm taking it apart! But yeah, the city's been bottled.
Yep.
Welcome
Oh,
to the
wow.
collection. They're
They made
not
him
dead.
creepy.
I could still hear them. John Corbin disappeared right after this. What am I looking at? Superman. My daughter was in there. If she's still alive, can you reach her? Can you save her? For once, a sane Sam Lane who's actually willing to shut up, put aside everything, and say, "Help my daughter," as opposed to being all, "You, this is your problem."
Mm-hmm.
I've got an idea, but I might need a little help. Now, believe it or not, Morrison actually was only going to do the first couple of issues, and he didn't have that far of a plan. Then, after he does the next 2 issues, he then decided he got a much longer plan in mind. Then,
Cool. I like the Steel too.
John, it was Brad Walker artwork. But yeah, and Steel shows up. They fight. He starts, Slash, banging him around. Awesome.
He's
Until
becoming
eventually,
Metallo.
yep. Well, it's called Metal Zero.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But he uploads a virus into it, crashing it, and then he eventually smashes it, and then get out of there.
Huh.
But yeah, this leads into the 2-issue interlude, so Rags could have a break, and we have Andy Kubert doing it. And like I said, doing these 2 issues may cause Grant to expand the story.
Okay.
Now, we find out at first they tried to go into the Phantom Zone, put them all in there. They saw, there's a possibility. Yeah, then they saw the criminals there. Unfortunately, right before anyone can reach through, Crypto tackled them, and he actually ends up in the Phantom Zone with them. Look at Crypto there. Isn't he awesome?
Wow.
So this is why they decided to use the rocket. So in other words, Morrison was trying to answer saying, why didn't they go into the Phantom Zone and try the Phantom Zone? That's why.
Yeah. It's filled with criminals.
Yep. Well, and they were there at the entrance waiting.
Yeah. I mean,
if they weren't there at the entrance, they could have gone in there and then gone away. But nope. They didn't have time. So yeah, they have to use the ship, which was and this was their emergency. This was an animal test pilot. So in other words, this wasn't his original design for it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Andy Kubert does amazing artwork.
Wow.
And of course, as you read, if you saw the behind the scenes stuff, they compared this to, well, Moses' basket.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. I never really thought about it that way. That's really cool.
They're the Kens, and it turns out they, yeah, I lost our baby, our last chance. So they're going with the version where she had a miscarriage.
Okay.
Right beforehand. Really, and right when they felt they had no chance of the family, they found him. Of course, they think it was the Russians, and it was a Russian ship. But yeah, and then of course the ship. Now the ship is actually sentient.
Yeah, yeah.
So it goes into silent mode once they show up. Yo, back up, buddy. Hold on. Let me go back a second. Oh, he knows how to throw them off. Here's what he did. Remember that creature that Lex showed Clark, saying this is what you really look like?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, reckon I found a spaceman.
Paul
gave it to him. That's why he laughed.
I got you.
Because he thought, he's like, they still have Paul's little gag.
A burnt ass lamb.
Yep, covered in tinfoil.
That's hilarious.
Okay, but that is great. It's like, that explains more why Clark cracked up.
Yep.
Because he knew that, obviously Paul told him.
You still got that thing? Like, you idiots.
You guys are morons. And so began the age of superhumans, and with new hope, new fear, new wonders, new challenges, new and unimaginable evils. But it seems impossible, but here we are at a time before Superman's Fortress of Solitude was able to protect itself against time travelers. Genius! Only one of us has the power to shatter Kryptonian Sunstone. And someone does it, as we find out, these mysterious villains, they're actually the Superman Revenge Squad.
But
But then they're chased off by Superman with the adult versions of the Legion.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, sorry, those are the anti-Superman army.
Wait.
Now here we get a story by Charlie Fish, who did the Steel backup. He does all the backups. I love Charlie Fish's artwork and writing. But here he shows this is Martha and Jonathan getting married. Woo!
Oh, okay.
So we see them, they're ready to have kids. They want lots of kids.
They want lots of something.
But nothing. So they try to do all their experiments and, things to try and help. Even test tube babies by in vitro fertilization. Yeah, it's still new, unfortunately. Too much for them to do. So they try hormone therapy. Still nothing. Then they try to do what they can for adoption. But even that will still be a long process. But they think they will help. They do religion to help out.
Oh, man. They're trying everything.
Yep. But unfortunately, again, everything costs money. And they're just farmers. It even says the adoption is a long process. It could take years to find an appropriate match. And the fees can add up.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, we know what happens next.
Yep. The rest is history.
But yeah, I like that when they fill in stuff like that. Just like when in Superman American Alien by Max Bemis, he did a backup story that was just showing a bunch of clippings and everything. We found out that Martha actually was pregnant but lost a baby in a car crash. But again, he told a whole story with just clippings, all this type of memorabilia and stuff like that. You could see the whole story. I love when someone's able to do artwork like that. Actually, let me go find that quickly. Hold on. Because you're probably curious what I'm talking about, right?
I was trying to think if I knew what you were talking about or not.
American Alien. American Alien is a good one. I got to go over that with you at some point.
Okay.
I know.
This
You want to do Green Lantern. I know.
Yeah, I'm just getting a little Superman fatigue is all. Oh, wow.
Here we go.
That looks great.
Look at this.
Wow.
We see all this stuff. Them together. We see her pregnant and over there. And then drunk driving tragedy, insurance group, all this stuff. We then see things like that. We see a bunch of, medication and all that. Just so much stuff here. But look at it. All this stuff. And yet, at the same time, you're like, if I could zoom in, you'd be able to see. And Max Landis is what I meant. Not Max Bemis, Max Landis. But yeah, it's like you could tell a whole story just by all these.
That's great. The details. Wow.
Yeah. But just the idea that Martha actually was pregnant and then drunk driving tragedy. That makes it worse than her just not being able to have a child to term.
And they even have the dude's license up there. See it?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a lot of detail.
Yeah, he died in a car crash. He died in the crash.
Yep. Wow.
But then a photo of them was Clark as they found him. Just wanted to show that. But yeah, see, isn't that's brilliant?
That's really cool. That's very thoughtful artwork right there.
Yep. But yeah, so we then see that little short man we saw in the first issue. We find out he's the one leading the anti-Superman army.
Okay.
Again, this is why, like I said, it's stuff like this that help cause them to expand and go from just the first couple of issues to a whole 18-issue story.
Okay.
Oh, and this guy here, he's known as the Phantom Zone King or the Phantom King.
Okay.
We see a bunch of other characters that we would eventually find out a bit more about as it goes through. But yeah, they want like the K-Men. I'm with the K-Men. And you sit there with all that power at your command. Don't forget who did your dirty work, little man. We all have reasons to hate Superman. Each of us dedicated to his downfall and destruction. We already have K powers. And what we need is vengeance. You'll have it, Doctor. All of you, his greatest enemies. I'm offering each of you a splinter of kryptonite to do with as you choose. And in return, each of you must perform one task in my name. So yeah, we see Superman interacting with the Legion, just trying to figure out what's going on here, and then this weird creature here.
That thing shows up.
Yep. They fight it off, and then they find this other alien, there, like trying to tune in it back. Oh, it's its human form.
Okay.
Evil in you, Superman. You made him think about it. I got it. The anti-Superman army is hiding in the one place no one would ever look. And I can't control him. Okay, this time, all yours, Lightning Man. Now I feel adorable. And then he finally reverts to, he's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
I'm there at the end with the rest of the anti-Superman army. A bloody red sunset at the end of days, a planet of skeletons, and you. I have to warn you, it's not the end, not yet, not, what are you doing to me? Give me your psychic key, Mr. Drekken. She's inside. Superman, don't let her. I'm sorry, he shrunk into a worm. It's in it, and the kryptonite's in his memory.
Whoa.
Basically, they're hiding in his mind.
Okay. That's weird.
You see Paul, him stopping a cow and everything, going through all this stuff. They're trying to find this kryptonite. It's hidden, like I said, it's hidden in there. Eventually they got it out of there, and then when he heads off, like, we've been friends since all of us were children, Superman. We could never desert you in your darkest hour. We'll try to do this as gently as possible. Already in there. Long live the Legion.
Oh.
Yep. And then turns out the Legion were in disguise as some of the Kryptonite men. You can drop the telepathic disguise, Irma. Nobody move. I have total control over every molecule of iron in your blood. This is Cosmic Man for the Legion of Superheroes. The Legion? Impossible. The guy's able to counter their attacks as they're trying to, stop him and all that. Meanwhile, Superman, oh dear. The kryptonite's starting to kick in.
Yeah.
As he remembers Pa dying, Morrison kept the whole golden age. Mom and Pa died beforehand.
Okay.
But then the ship actually helps protect him. Superman, we beat them. We have the engine. The power source is safe. You can let go now. You did it. You kept the rocket alive and saved the path, which we knew you would do, incidentally. And now we have to get out of here. Help appreciated. The young Superman gets back any second. So basically, these are present day versions of them in the past when they only time when they could do this.
Okay. Whew.
And and we get more with Shy Fish remembering stuff with Mom, Pa.
I like how they did that.
Yep. I didn't mean to. Why am I such a freak? Hush now. You're not a freak. You have a gift. But being stronger than the other children means you have to be more careful. I thought I'd bust a gut when they found Eben's tractor on the roof of the bank. It'll probably cost them more than it's worth to get it down from there. It wasn't easy keeping a straight face. Serves them right for repossessing a man's tractor right at the beginning of planting season. Absolutely heartless. Just, don't tell Ma. You got it. Let this be a lesson, Clark. There's a lot of boys in this world. People who think they can do whatever they want just because they're stronger or richer than other folks. And there's plenty of folks who aren't strong enough to stand up to them. That's why people need someone who can stand up for them. They need someone like you. Now, I get it. Morrison is trying to actually make this work with them still learning it. But let's be honest still, as has been made clear in stuff like Doomsday Clock, the biggest problem with nu52 Superman was not having them around.
Absolutely.
Yep, we're seeing stuff with him and Lana. He's just flashing back to that. We see then once he's leaving with them, with Lana and Pete are there as they're leaving, and yep.
Okay, cool. Wow.
Now back to the main story. Well, what were you about to say?
Oh, nothing. Just
you went cool. So that's all.
Yeah, no, that's
so. Yep, city in a bottle. As Superman's getting ready to make his way in there, as he's running, gathering up speed, and then leaping up in there, jumping off of a satellite until he's there. Wow, just look at this.
Wow.
Living, breathing, Kryptonian, secure, seal, preserve. Krypton, and compensate for Yellow Sun endowments. Target and neutralize. All I'm hearing right now is big talk. Metropolis Radio. The radio is they're still doing radio in there.
Wow.
What? Won't someone pick up the phone? Is everybody there? Whoa! Look at those towns. This is the place for my dream. Kal-El. Big die Io. Isha. I've seen clothes like this before. You. I should have known you'd be involved somehow. Did everyone in Metropolis get caught up in this? I know. What are the statistical chances of several prominent New Troy residents meeting up on a street in New Troy during a crisis? It really does beggar belief. If charming as ever. Any ideas, genius? Did we just prove aliens are real? Teleportation technology, advanced cybernetics. The Hobbs River Bridge has been severed by a wall of glass. They've abducted 7 million people simultaneously. It's like Under the Dome and the Simpsons movie. Hey, that's military property. What's the scoop, Lex? Nothing to do with you. Why is it talking? Kal-El, is it talking to them? The words dwarf star lensing were used. Our world's only known application of this phrase occurs in certain private emails and files of Professor Raymond Palmer in Ivy University, Connecticut. Oh, this can't possibly be. We've been miniaturized. Take the binoculars. You won't like what you'll see. Oh, dear. Again, interesting Lex. That's what I would say. nu52 Lex was a very interesting Lex the whole way through.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
In fact, the fact that even after Morrison was done, he'd be off limits until Lobdell finally used him, and then that's when he gave him a scar and had it be that he was put in a prison that Superman tricked him to design.
I do remember that.
And then he would be stuck in there until forever evil.
Yep.
When John's got his hands on him.
I remember that.
Yep. But yeah, so all of a sudden some of the robots are there. They shoot him, but then Superman's there. Look up in the sky. Seriously? I resign. They're still alive, as small as bugs in a carpet. How are you doing? How are you doing this? How is this even possible? Who are you? Talk to me. It again says we began as Computo. On Noma, they called us Phenomenoid. On Brian Minds, on Krypton, where you were born, we were Brainiac 1. On Earth, we were Internet.
Oh, I like it.
Right? What do you want from us? Send these people home. We know everything Earth's culture knows, but it knows so little of you. We have amassed the only complete collection of Kryptonia in the known volumes of space-time. Without the rocket cradle, without you, the calculation is incomplete. Krypton? That's the name of the place in my dream. You're saying I'm from Krypton? Last of a mighty race of super beings. A level 8 Kuko raised on alien soil by level 3 primitives. Wait, what? If compelled to choose between your home planet and your adopted world, which would it be? Which is stronger, nature or nurture? As part of this test, we are disengaging life support from Krypton City, bottle habitat Kandor, and Earth City bottle habitat Metropolis. You have 15 minutes to decide which of the two you wish to save. Are you loyal to Krypton or to Earth? I won't choose between one life and another. All these people are under my protection. You got it? Every living thing. All life forms in the collection are subject to condition null. Find a way to awaken Kandor from microstasis. You will no longer be alone. The truth of your origin lies there, your heritage. So it's taunting him.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday they wanted to see me hang. Now they're chanting my name. You'll never keep these people in a bottle. They are the fortunate ones. Join them. These few will be spared the grim spectacle of the last days of planet Earth. They will survive. Okay, I made my choice. And he's rejecting humanity, you morons. He's turning his back on you all. Nope.
Mm-mm.
He then finds one of the nearby suits, the Kryptonian suits, puts it on, and that's his power, and it's his armor, his actual Superman suit.
Cool. So I can see it change in color as he's putting it on. That's neat.
Yep, as it's customizing to him. As he's trying to say, he's going to try and say boast.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing me inside your ship was a big mistake, like swallowing poison to see how it tastes. Now, I don't care how big you are, where you're from. Holding on to lives to ransom just to prove some stupid point? No! The list basically, and it reveals them the master list, a list of doomed worlds. The collection preserves rarity artifacts of worlds that no longer exist no longer. Krypton, your home is dead. Earth will be next. Join the collection or die.
That is terrifying.
Yep, as we see more with Steel helping out along the way, because he's the hero of Metropolis, while the rest of the world, while they're gone. Nope, Natasha.
Huh.
This is awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really cool. I like Steel.
So do I. Here's the last issue of the first arc. I'm doing pretty good zooming through this, aren't I?
Yeah, yeah.
Gary Frank's
Wow.
artwork doesn't look as good with the new 52 Superman.
No, see, for some
He's
reason,
great with normal Superman, but not this one.
I think Johns draws him the best with the new suit, the new 52 suit. I think
Johns.
I'm sorry, Lee.
Jim Lee.
Yeah.
Others have too, but Gary Frank here. And Rags does too. Rags does too.
The art's great, just I don't know.
But yeah, so of course Lex is still trying to spin things, of course. But he's doing it from his own perspective, obviously. It turns out dear old planet Earth is doomed, and this is actually the only way out. The Collector is saving us. Incoming! Krypton, your birth world is dead. I preserved the debris of doomed worlds. I read what she wrote about you. About your eyes. What? Your body. Search. Faster than a speeding bullet. That's Metropolis' latest wonder of tomorrow. Nothing's faster than a speeding bullet. Yeah? I'll raise you light.
Say, yep. There's lots of things faster than a speeding bullet, you idiot.
Of course, now, yeah, Lex is now realizing that it's like he's here to. It's going to save us. Oh, I don't know. The apocalypse from imminent end of the planet Earth, Miss Lane. Are you kidding? Brainiac. Write that down, Olsen. Your so-called Superman is battling like the brainless pug he is against our only hope of survival as a species. I tried to save us all, but Superman can hear text, right? But yeah, but we didn't see Glenn Morgan feels like he's like, I'm dead. I must be punished in hell. And the little man is the devil. The little man, what we saw earlier again.
Yeah.
I'm wearing indestructible armor. Some Superman. You're barely a man. Fight back, why don't you? 7 minutes to Bottle City permanent microstasis. You got this yet? I don't stop. I don't give up. Ugh! Oh, change it. It changed for a moment because he landed near this other planet. Oh, look, Super Turtle.
That's funny.
Yep. Yeah. Override emotion surge as John's trying to take over.
Weird.
Yep.
Okay.
Microstasis will be irreversible in 5 minutes. I can see why they didn't want it to be directly Brainiac.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's not exactly like Brainiac. Like, say, damn caterpillar, get out of my head! Get out of me! Save them, Superman! Save them if you can! Yay! John's actually fighting back. Like, it's taking over again. Can't stop. I am the voice. Save Lois. Stop me. Your world is number 205 on the list of 333. The death list of the multitude. This will come back later, but this is why he's trying to save them all. Because these are 333 worlds are doomed to death.
Wow.
To join the collective is to be saved. So he actually is trying to save them.
Oh, well, I mean, from his perspective, yeah.
The multitude is on its way. Failure to join the collection means annihilation. I won't let anything threaten this planet. I'm giving you one last chance. You carry the Krypton moral imprint. You will not harm me. No, but I'll put you to work for me. I don't know if you see what I have in my hand. I expect you can. The rocket that brought me to Earth. It has some kind of crystal supercomputer. And like everything else where I come from, it's invulnerable. So you won't have any defense against it. The real irony, you brought it here because you had to have it all. No. So I'll ask you what you asked me. Are you faster than a speeding bullet? Brainiac! Brainiac, mind, internet, tried to collect 30 seconds to Bottle City, permanent microstasis, tried to save. Whoa! It's the whole time we saw this was from the
Wow.
ship.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yep. Ha! As they put Metropolis back. I like
Okay.
to talk some. And so Glenn Morgan's truly ready to confess everything. Get me the hell out of here. We're all living in a very different world as of today. I need time to think. Your mom and dad met when your mom and dad met. I met your mom and dad when I worked in the Smallville Sentinel. That was during the so-called Farmers Rebellion. Everybody else was suspicious of a snoopy reporter. They took me in. My father and I shared we can call it an eccentric sense of humor and a love of surreal practical jokes. They'd be proud of you, Clark. I mean, even I'm proud of you, son. How about that? You kept your campaign. You maintained the pressure. Glenn Morgan was a bad man, but none of us could ever get near him. It took someone like you with principles, patience, and nothing to lose, and a genius for fact checking. If you say so, Mr. Taylor. So now he's basically after this. He's been offered a job at the Daily Planet.
Oh, Lois is gonna love that.
Yep. Always. Give me 5 more minutes, Miss N. And who are you, Icarus? He's been talking to a guy named Icarus the whole time. It was Lex. Just a concerned citizen with my finger on the pulse of this metropolis. Maybe together you and I can turn this dung heap around. Make it a true city of tomorrow. Are you Superman? Superman. Just call me Icarus, Mr. Kent. You and I will speak again. They're trying to help, the military trying to help Corbin out. He's then talking to Miss Nixley about everything. Like, you have a super singing voice too, am I right? I just do what I do, Miss and Mrs. Nixley. I just need a whole lot, and I don't need a whole lot of money or anything else. He talks about how there was a painter there and all that. Like, he lived here for 4 years with his boyfriend, and the whole world believed he was straight. You're a good boy. Your secret's safe with me. Aww. We see then more with the city as everyone's helping. Like, I have one question no one's asked yet. Do you have a place you go to be alone? Meets up with his parents, and then he flies off. Brainiac, they see all of this. He's actually up in Brainiac's ship. It's still up there.
Oh, that's a little creepy.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep. And then we see this little man helping with this ultimate hunter. Dinosaur Island, New Caledonia. Yeah, this guy's basically like Craven, but at an intergalactic level.
Right.
Next, we've got the first introduction of Calvin Ellis.
Oh, okay, cool. Nah, this is pretty cool. Let me use the restroom real quick, though. Coffee's used,
okay.
Since we're at a good point here, right?
Yep, yep.
Cool.
Go right ahead. I'll edit it out.
Oh.
You okay?
I'm just getting old, man. Just getting old.
So am I. I turned 38 a while ago.
2 days ago.
4 days ago for me.
All right, I'll be right back.
Go right ahead. You okay?
Whew. My bad.
Ready?
Do not go in there. If I was drinking from the toilet, I might have been killed.
Oh, jeez. I went live.
And I just literally said if I was drinking from the toilet, I might as... Hi, guys.
I did not realize I went live.
Have we been live this whole time?
Yes. I thought I sent it to private.
Yeah, there's people all up in the chat.
I see that. I just noticed that now.
Hey, Random. Hey, Tevya. And
thank God we didn't say anything embarrassing or private.
I might have, actually.
No, I don't think we did.
We thought we were recording, guys.
We are recording still.
I'm sorry.
I'm so keeping this reveal in.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my God! Well, now you guys know how my videos are made. Oh my God!
It's got me geeking out. Oh man.
How did?
I've
Wow!
seen YouTube videos like this, you know.
I'm sorry. I am just what the fuck?
Well, I mean,
Well, not everyone's gonna have seen this.
yeah, no. Hi guys. It looks like it's just random and Tevi. James says live ? Ominous.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. I
They're
saw
all
Queen
here.
Geekery was there and all that.
They didn't even.
I wasn't even paying attention because I'm just looking at
They're
the
like,
screen.
they're like, why aren't these guys talking to us, jerks? Like, man, I've been on full screen this whole time. Not even.
So was I. Let's just continue. Then I will make this private.
Okay.
Wow.
Might as well. The show is on.
Okay, moving again. I'm going to keep this in here for the actual episode. Seriously? Why even bother after all this time, Lucer? What are you trying to improve? No prejudice can run that deep. I don't care what they say about me. I am not racist. It's everything else about you I hate. Don't ever forget that. I just got to type something out to someone. Hold on.
You're good. Whoa. I will say, like, while we have a moment, I did like Jeff Johns' Superman Brainiac better.
Oh yeah,
storyline,
but this is basically that what's said in the origin.
Yeah, which you can tell this inspired that story for sure. Like,
right.
Like, well, let's tell it better.
Again, I'm sorry. I just can't believe my idiocy. I'm still cracking up.
Hey, it's not just you, because I've been looking at that timer saying live for an hour, and
well, it would still say live. It would still say live, dude.
Would it really?
Yes, it would still say live. It would see in the comments because I would have had to set to a private room. It's seeing the eyeball with the 2 that tips it off.
I don't get the eyeball. I don't see.
No, that's what it means. Viewers. That means viewers.
Yeah.
That means viewers. But yeah. So anyway, we see all of a sudden another world shows up with 2 others. Say away. Keep him back. You have any idea what this is? Back. You're immune to K-laser. K-laser. It's a heat-powered weapon from that other place with Optiman. Clark was right. Clark. Oh, Jimmy. Oh, no. Jimmy's dead. They didn't deserve this. This wasn't supposed to happen. I have no idea what's going on here. I don't know why you tried to shoot me. FYI, as a reminder, kryptonite does not affect Kryptonians from other worlds that the kryptonite isn't from.
Right, they evolved on a different planet. Yeah.
So it's always that's the way. Also, if you had kryptonite from one Earth, it's not going to affect Earth 3 Superman.
Right. It would be a different kind of kryptonite.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting the history of Calvin Ellis and how he's the president of this world.
Okay.
All inspired because of Obama.
You know.
But when we see this Clark over there, like, it was Clark's idea, his super genius big idea. He was so happy the day he came back from his travels as they worked on this whole idea stuff. This other world where, thanks to the little man, they're basically taking the idea of selling off his idea. It's a commentary on Siegel and Schuster being tricked into selling off the idea to the big corporation.
Gotcha. Okay.
And because of that, they eventually made a super doomed Superman.
Wow.
The curse of Superman. Another fake, a twisted replica. My enemies think I'm trapped in a maze of realities. They'll wish they never led me here. Sounds good with that basso and bravado, doesn't it? Brother, you just picked picked on the wrong parallel universe. My intention is to beat you right down, right here, right now. Well, we have one of the Superman robots taking his place when they need it. Brainiac is a good guy in this world, helping him.
Okay, that's weird.
So yeah, so another way of showing that he can juggle being Superman and still being a president. You are judged by the last night of tomorrow. What opposes me, I destroy. You brought nothing but horror and pain into our life. I wish we never thought of any of this. But then Lex actually attacks it.
That makes sense. That makes
As he's
sense.
remembering his growing up. And thankfully, like, the transmitter array, Superman, you can use it to kill him and kill yourself too while you're at it. You know how I feel about killing, Luthor, but maybe I take you with me to the hell where I was born. I've had better offers. Superman becomes whatever you want him to be, huh? Right now, I want you locked up tight. And I got you. Captured like a ghost. Suspended between between wavelengths. Tuned out. What were you thinking when you made this thing, Luthor? You got my message as the other leaguers show up.
Okay.
Luthor called it a transmitter symphonic array. And well, he claimed the design came to him while he was on drugs.
Oh, cool.
Yep, a door to the multiverse. But yeah, that was Lois, of course. I guess you must be Superman done right. As we see another backup story with Solly Fish and this time Cully Hamner. Love that artwork as we just see a little bit of stuff with President Superman.
Oh, wow. This looks straight from the 70s.
And this is Kwarak, that fictional Middle Eastern country.
Yeah. Fiction.
Yep. So yeah, just seeing a nice day in the office with him.
Cool.
As you always have, yet as leader of the free world, Calvin Alice's actions now affect even more people than Superman's. Tell me, what happens when one day you do what you think is for the greater good, but the world sees it differently?
That was interesting.
Yep.
That was interesting.
Mm-hmm. Even I didn't know it was Rand said. Wondering why none of you two were answering. Oh yeah, we see a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm just so embarrassed.
Hey, don't worry about it. I'm telling you, it's not a big deal.
But yeah, we're just seeing some like this Clark. What happened to him, Mr. Fry? Farmer Fry, and Clark left town. Got a job on a big city newspaper out east. That's all I can tell you. Clark Kent. There you are. I am Maxim Zaroff, codename Nimrod, hunter of the mighty. I've killed everything that ever lived. I look forward to killing a man from another world. Murdered Hobbs Bay girl identified. Aww. A man from another world. Whoa, I just heard my echo. What was that?
My bad. Accidentally turned my phone on. Apparently, I had this open on my phone. I apologize.
And Clark, as he's heading on out, like, what's that? Who's there? Dr. Marigold, my name's Clark Kent. I'm the Daily Star's crime. I'm on the. Oh, so he's still at the Star. He's still staying at the Star. And I'm following your trail back from out of my face. I do important work for the government. You want to call the cops? I already did. Oh, so this was back when he still had the T-shirt.
Okay, I was a little confused.
I could put you through through hell. I could burn out the parts of your brain that make you hurt people. But I won't. I'm leaving you here for the police, along with all of Kent's evidence against you. Let your own kind deal with you. What about my pets? Who's going to feed my hamsters? It's going to happen to Jack and Bobby. And he took him to the Justice League. There has to be someplace better than you and than this to get together next time. Volcano, a satellite. So this is now after the first arc of Justice League.
Hamster.
Yeah, like I said, this is after the first arc of Justice League.
Yep.
Nobody wants two adorable hamsters, and nobody wants to start tackling poverty in Somalia. So what do we do now? Sit in a barn until some more evil aliens turn up? What's your point, Superman? Thought I made it clear. This world is crying out for change, for fairness and justice, and I'm in a room with the king of an undersea empire, an Amazon princess, and a billionaire playboy. Playboy? What gave you that idea? Oh, I forgot. You're a journalist. A snoop. How did you? Batman, I didn't mean. Please. It doesn't matter how you disguise yourself to walk in this world. We all want to make it better. How about we take it easy? This Justice League thing was partially so we could hang out and talk business, right? Kind of hope we wouldn't have to fight something every time we met. You're a billionaire? No comment. Look, look, I think we all can all sympathize with our Superman here, but I don't want to take part of a gang of authoritarian living weapons from America. I won't march into countries uninvited to fix problems we barely understand. There are people starving in fear, alone. Right now, somewhere, someone is being tortured. A child is diving in starvation. You understand that? Flash, you can move at speeds approaching light. I have a family, a life and a family too, Superman. I know my responsibilities and limitations, and I think it's important to stay within the law while we figure this out. I know how it can feel, but we're not gods. Wonder Woman's met Zeus. Whatever's happening that we're all part of, we need to tread carefully. I understand. Next time a space monster shows up, you know where to find me. One of these days, we're all going and have to go after him. And he leaves the hamsters with Lois and Jimmy.
Of course.
She's cute. What went wrong, son of Smallville? Why didn't you and Lana stay down on the farm raising chickens and corn-fed freckled brats? Kent, this is Houston. Do you copy? Sorry, Lois. It doesn't make any sense. These photos, these stories, everything before this date here. It's not Superman. It can't be Superman. All that Blake Farm ghost stuff. That was 10 years before Superman first official appearance. Now you're the expert. So basically, there was a first Superman before him.
Oh,
Sort
okay.
of. Sort of. We see this one guy with incredible mind powers. You are understandably suspicious. You decided not to pick me up. Your mind changed. It's wet out, but you're dry. I am dry. Your name is Aaron Van Dyne. My name was Adam. I've come home to this planet of my birth to assume control. You'll probably have to speak to the mayor about that. I can take you right to his door if you want.
Hmm.
Like, you're right on cue, and you're cue to run, Kent. Where's Superman? This is the sort of thing Superman does really well. You don't need Superman. Stay right there. Kent, I didn't mean run towards it. The guy's ready to be a suicide bomber.
Wow.
Oh, geez, it's Mr. Taylor. Like, I like, sir, my name's Clark Kent. I'm a reporter. If there's anything you want to talk about, I know you, right? Oh no, it's not Mr. Not yet. Anyway, grudging, Angus, grudding. You people ruined my life. I'm just news to sell papers. Nobody wants to read no more. I got news for you, reporter. Mr. Taylor, don't. That's Clark Kent. Mr. Taylor, you want tomorrow's headline? Boom! Yeah, Clark is now believed dead to everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, that guy's still trying to find him. It happened yesterday. Dead? I can't believe this. This can't be right. He's made some very dangerous enemies with his writing, but he always stood up for ordinary people. I don't understand. If Kent's dead, then Superman must be dead. Somebody beat me to it. You better pray Superman's not dead, son. Otherwise, that's his ghost on your back. You should know guns are especially dangerous at close range. How did you pull this? Me? I do stuff like this all the time. But if you think Clark Kent and Superman are one and the same person, I don't care who you are. Let's see if you can withstand a rocket shell. I can't be wrong. I followed the trail. When I tried to warn you about close range fire, I didn't mean it was dangerous to me. I've killed everything. You'll see. Ah! Impossible. But what about Clark? How does Clark fit into all this? I'm sorry, I wasn't there. Clark Kent is dead. I'll explain everything later, Mrs. N. As we see Nimrod is there. I know what you want, Mr. Zaroff. I'm here to tell you it can be done, but not with little toy guns. As he basically now is making all you have to do is make a deal.
Cool.
More backstory with Clark, Giant Turtle Man. Really? Dude, you are so culturally deprived. The Giant Turtle Man is one of the all-time classic 50s sci-fi. Huh? Oh, stuff like that. But we're seeing Jimmy's reminiscing about Clark. Metropolis newsmen, yes, Lois and newswomen, too, have been gathering here at Swan's Tavern for nearly 200 years. I've lost count the number of times I've sat at the bar, but it's always hardest when we get together to say goodbye to one of our own. So this story takes place after the events of Action Comics number 11, which I think is the later issue. But yeah, everyone's there just remembering Clark, helping people, things like that, to absent friends. But Superman's keeping an eye on them. So this is
Wow.
everything after the next issue with Brian Hitch's artwork.
That's old school.
Yep.
You guys are
This,
ridiculous.
the shocking reason behind his new secret identity. Bow to Metalex. Bow. That's not how things we do around here. So he juggles between outfits.
Apparently Chuck Taylor's can withstand super strength too. Who'da thunk it?
But yeah, so everyone's there and happy and everything. But then someone is keeping an eye on him that's dressed up, that's as a fireman. Turns out, no, actually, no, that's him as a fireman.
Yeah.
So that's his new job as being a firefighter.
Okay.
Like, we're out of here. So yeah, he's taking up a new job as Johnny Clark.
Johnny Clark.
Yep. But then we see Mr. Taylor there, the man who saved your life when the bomb went off the Daystar. I brought you some stuff. You should have saved the kid, Clark Kent. You should have saved him instead of me. Sir, I should have died. I'm an old man, but that kid was one of the best reporters I've ever known. I promised his pa I looked after him. Poor kid, world just lost one of his good guys. Aw.
Damn.
Thanks for agreeing to meet me, Batman. 5 minutes. Any more and someone somewhere dies or gets hurt in this town. You're alone? What is this? I need some advice. You always seem like the smartest guy in the room. I'm flattered, I think. I've created a unique problem for myself. You killed your alter ego. I know. I saw the obituary by Lotus Lane. Would you have severed all former social ties if you suspected how much you'd regret it? It felt like I was betraying my editor by accepting this job offer. Then you saw through my disguise. An assassin tracked me down. I felt compromised. The explosion at the Star gave me a chance to retire Clark Kent. It felt like I'd outlived him. Superman seems to take up more and more of my time these days. I'm just not sure for the first time in my life if I'm doing is right. I have a house in space. I went from an east side apartment to a space station. Space. Maybe you should sell up and use the money to eradicate poverty in Somalia. I would, but this is an alien museum containing the last living remnants of 204 miniaturized colonizations and civilizations. That's a lot of responsibility. I can just about handle one city. I'd like to see this place. You can see it from here. The green star between those two buildings. How do you get up there? It's kind of a half jump, half fly thing. You need a spaceship. I'll see what I can do. 5 minutes, what I tell you. Give me a hand here and leave your problem with me. So we see Lois with her niece here. And yeah, she has a niece in this version who's actually a genius, a natural genius.
Baskin and Robbins.
And she's one of those humans who will be advanced ahead of her time.
Okay. She's meta?
Sort of, yes.
It looks that way, yeah.
But yeah, he's then talking with an image of, his father through the ship. So we then see, basically, this is a new 52 version of Captain Comet.
Okay. I was curious who that was going to be.
Yep. You're not one of the Justice League. It was you in those news stories, wasn't it? The Black Farm ghosts, the ones Clark said couldn't be Superman. Those were you. I can feel it. There's no time to waste. We have to leave now. Did you hear that, Aunt Lois? He said I have to leave. You better tell my mom I had to save the world. I will not. Your mom will kill me. Uh-oh. What the? Metallic. So the guy took over.
Oh, okay. I see.
Susie, get out of Aunt Lois. Fear not. I have him. The others will come. You're the spaceman. You were in my dreams. What have you done to my Aunt Lois? She belongs to a species facing extinction. But you're one of the newtons, neo-sapiens born 100,000 years ahead of our time to prepare the way and inherit the earth. I know you always felt special, Susie. Hey, I'm here to protect you and allow that potential to flourish. You're not alone, Susie. I don't have time for battle, Superman. I'm here to assume control of this planet. Your physical strength is unbeatable. Your brawling skills formidable. But I just killed a metallic driver. I have a 4-lobe post-human brain augmented with super ESP technology. You're big, you're tough, and you can't be hurt. But your mind, I could punch through your mind like a wet paper bag. Gah! All minds are mine to manipulate. Lois, oh jeez!
Damn.
Return of the Forgotten Superman is next. But they seem to claim that this is one of his this guy's trying to claim that this was one of his t-shirts. That Superman sells buys his shirts here. Gives this big old story saying, like, on my mother's grave, dude. Gives this big story of what happened. As for 25 bucks, yeesh, you must be out of town or written all over you. You didn't believe his story? Well, maybe I would if every other t-shirt store and print shop in Metropolis didn't claim to be the original too.
Damn.
Although I think that movie was meant to believe that guy really is the original.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of story. Yep, we're about 2/3 of the way done.
Woohoo!
Yep, man of the people no more. It's like a new Camelot. A golden age has begun. And so he's dreaming of being with Lois and all that. And she's then showing she's dying, but then that snaps him out of it.
Weird.
Oh, jeez, don't die, Lois. I'm on my way. Aunt Lois! Oh, that's better. Superman. Nothing must prevent your immediate retrieval. Stand back! Everybody stand back! Oh, yeah? What else you got? Ooh!
Yeah. Well, there's that.
He said, you told me all about the million-pointed spears and the cuckoo's nest, and it all sounds cool, but my Aunt Lois is hurt, Mr. Blake. Adam, his name is, Blake. You better do something about my Aunt Lois. I'm sorry, child. I'm not a veterinarian. Her injuries are likely to prove fatal in 30 minutes. She's one of 6 billion of her kind, Homo sapiens. You are one of 5 of known neo-sapiens. If you don't come with me, bad people will find you. A poor girl.
Mm-hmm.
Up, and then we're seeing about his birth and everything else. It happened right when the ship crashed.
Huh. Okay, I see.
But yeah, so he had mental superpowers. The Blake Farm Ghost. A kid with telekinesis misinterpreted as poltergeist phenomena. The Kansas strongman sightings. It was you, Adam Blake, the first Superman, the one no one remembered. What happened to you? Where have you been? Read my memory. I have nothing to hide. It's your fault she's dead. You're not human. Don't ever darken my door. Ah, crud. Crud. And be not afraid, as these people have brought him up and taught him about the Neo-Sapiens.
Hell, okay.
I know. I don't own this planet, but I've worked for the people who do. You turn up here like you own the planet. You abduct a child. You hurt my friends. You're wasting my time. Oh, geez. So they sing for the poor guy. Like, that's Bola. I'm Amendola. Something ate him alive from inside out. Don't go near him. And that here's Johnny Clark's helmet. Vaporized. He's dead. Ah, geez. Lost another one.
Jeez.
What? Stop on. Blake, your telekinesis cannot affect my super cell structure. Your telepathy relies on conscious mind to influence it. But what if I empty my mind? If I stop thinking? If I stop doubting and second-guessing myself? If I rely on pure instinct, what I do best? What? Stop that. Stop! And put my trust in action. Ooh!
Damn. That's some Akira level damage.
I said you shouldn't have hurt my Aunt Lois, and I don't like your long hair monsters. You don't understand. I'm here to save her, to save all of you. You went about it the wrong way. The spaceship took him back, and then he goes to help Lois. Takes them there, but feels like they're too serious. Where's the library? Goes over there to super reading. I've read every medical textbook and text ever published. It's now or never. But now I may need some extra help from the experts. The x-rays are right here, Superman. I'm fine, Dr. Sloan. I have natural x-ray vision. Scalpel, won't need one of those either. My thumbnail's harder than diamond. Ooh!
Wow. I have an interesting question.
Yeah.
When he scans people with X-ray,
It's a
is it,
specific type of x-ray that doesn't leave the
I
radiation.
was gonna say, isn't he giving people cancer?
No, it's
Like,
not. It's natural x-ray.
okay. I mean, natural X-ray still
Remember,
gives you
remember, they
cancer.
use radiation to generate the x-rays.
Yes.
He does not need that.
Okay.
Batman, too much space between the buildings in Metropolis. It's disorienting. I promised I'd look into your problem, and I did. Here, this is for you. What's on here? You don't need a pep talk. I thought some facts and statistics would be more likely to convince you. You can read a flash drive. I just did. Apparently, he can read the data without even having to put it into something.
I don't like that,
I
but
follow
well,
Clark Kent's tracks from the moment of his arrival in Metropolis to the instant of his apparent death. As you can see, it makes for an interesting read. My suggestion, you find a way to bring Kent back to life. The world needs all the heroes it can get. If you don't like mine, I'd like to get back to work. Message received, and thanks. Then she basically explains, like, Superman saved me, but I had to pretend to be dead to no one will ever believe that. Your friends will have grieved in vain. They'll never forgive you. I read this, and well, turns out Clark Kent helped a lot of people too, just like Superman. Dozens of people. The columns I wrote, the exposés, opinion pieces, actually changed lives for the better. Anyone could have told you that. Trouble is, there's only one way to get you out of this mess. I guess it's down to me to make everyone forget Superman's death and Clark's death ever happened. What? Have you been drinking or smoking or? No, you haven't. Sorry, only I can undo what you and what you did. But that leaves me only two more wishes here, which means you and me, well, we'll have to make a deal. See, Ferlin, my nephew, really does work at the museum. I'm a real person. I arrived here in baby form 57 years ago to be ready to help you. But there's more to me than you can see. My name is Nixia Stipolins. Say that again. Please don't tell me you're some kind of alien too, Mrs. N. No, I'm from here. It's just bigger where I come from. And you can only see one side of me. Most of me is standing in a room in a higher mathematical dimension. What's happening? It's already happened when your parents died in Smallville. When the envious one escaped from his chains in the multi-cornered dungeons of Zerf. He hurt my dear Mixius Pitalik. He killed the King Thing in Brixix, and now he's here. He's always been here. And oh, how he hates you. Oh, Clark, everything you ever loved is in so much danger, but there's a chance in you. There's a chance. The laws of Lord Vindictive have closed around you, but there's still hope. It is easier if I show you. Huh? As we then see, he's ready to make her a deal.
That just literally went completely left field. Didn't see that coming at all.
Her name was Nixie. Are you really surprised?
No, once she said her real name, I knew Mixopitalik was coming.
But it's not. He's not really. Mixie does not play much of a factor into this. Now we get to year zero. This is what happened beforehand. He buys 200 shirts with the style on it as he enters the Daily Star. This is set before. Obviously, this is the zeroth issue, so it's set before everything. Him meeting up with Jimmy for the first time and hanging out. We see a little bit with Vindictive. That's his name, Vindictive. Oh, we see a boy steal his cape. Meanwhile, Perry's trying to figure out who is this guy, and Lois is trying to tell him, I know what I saw. He took an RPG and didn't turn to dust.
Wow.
Perry doesn't believe it at first, but so he basically says, I love this. What's the S stand for? Story. Oh, and it turns out here is the stuff with the abusive husband. Leave him alone, as he's ready to stab the kid, but the cape breaks it.
With the cape, I see. Wow.
Yep.
He just tried to kill a kid?
Yeah, one of those type of bastards.
Wow.
Now we see a bit with Miss Nixley talking, and it's like, my nephew Ferlin, who curates the music museum. Next to him is my husband. He was an entertainer, Mystic Mr. Triple X, a magician, played the royalty. Basically says, oh, after an accident happened, he's been in a coma for 7 years.
Okay.
The guy follows them. And, watch this. You see what happens? You're going to watch this.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Nothing can hurt you. Oh, I only borrowed it. Alston, tell me you got the shot. Oh, yeah. This means a lot to me. Thanks for looking after it. That bully won't bother you anymore. Can I ask you something, mister? What does the S stand for? Superman. Then we get a backup story a bit more with someone coming there for a story in Smallville. This is what leads to a little bit with Adam Blake earlier.
Okay.
See? So basically they talk, and this is right around the time when he got taken by them.
Okay. What?
And again, we get the whole one of the Doom planets on the list.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense now.
Yep.
Now he's fighting Cthulhu. That's pretty cool.
Yep. No. Eric Drecken. That's the guy we saw who was the shapeshifter.
Yeah.
In the other issues. So by being around those guys, what leads them being the shapeshifter.
Oh, okay.
Look at that cover.
The boy who stole Superman's cape. Wow. Oh man, it was at half price, and they had
Yep.
They had like the first 5 Public Enemies.
Yep.
I almost got them. Like they were all in my hand, and then I was like, wait, let's bide our time. Let's come back in a couple weeks, see what they got.
Right. But yeah, Return of the Phantom King. One of the guys in the Phantom Zone being sent there.
All right,
the first one to be the first one to be sent there. We see Superman. He's back on the space station, trying to understand stuff, and he has his fortress.
Okay.
You have been judged, Kal-El, judged from beyond the grave. I know I heard something. Oh, we see some paw prints. Ooh.
Okay.
Too late. I have you. Now suffer, son of Jor-El. Suffer as I suffered for eons in the void at your father's hands.
Whoa.
Oh, we see all the others. Like, I'm on the other side of the Phantom Zone. This guy's Zadu. This guy's named Zadu.
Okay.
I'll make slaves of this world first. So he has better control over the Phantom Zone than anyone.
Wow.
And then, Crypto comes and helps him.
Oh, I forgot he was in there. Yeah, okay.
Yep. And then, there's the Phantom Stranger.
That's cool.
Yep. Of course, the Phantom Stranger could go into the Phantom Zone.
Well, yeah.
But Superman makes his way out of there and brings Crypto with him.
Okay, cool.
Oh, and brings up in the sun to help him.
That's cool. Yeah.
Oh, but with Superman and back there, Zadu is brought back to the Phantom Zone. I don't. You want out of here? You want revenge? So let's you and I deal. So in other words, there's Nimrod, there's Susie, and now we're seeing the buildup of the anti-Superman army.
I got you. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but look at Crypto. But when he went in there, it turned out though he was helping. He followed through the Phantom Zone all the way to Earth, and he was always there by his side without Superman knowing.
Interesting. Okay.
Aww. There's a ghost watching over you. There's a white dog. Someone new.
Oh, weird.
Look at that.
So it's going back through everything we just read, showing that Crypto is actually there helping.
Yep, and aww.
See, that's cool.
Great cover.
Yes. Yes.
And now we're going to get the annual. This is Sally Fish doing a full issue, and this takes place after the events of Superman 8 a while back. And we see this is the guy that was, the beating husband that you would normally see in the original Action #1. He's been giving an offer to get out, or get some time off if he helps out with Project K-Men.
Okay.
Or K-Man. We see Superman, meeting up with Dr. Irons. Even pointing out how you were the only one that stood up to Luthor when he was torturing me. All right. Like, you want to know if you, Superman, have anything to worry about from me, John Henry Irons. Do I? Come on, I'll buy you a coffee. Afterward, decontaminated, of course. Of course, he's like, are you deaf, loser, or just not listening? You're done. Don't be ridiculous, Sam. That's General Lane. My consulting contract with the Defense Department is canceled. Oh, please. I delivered the Superman creature to you as promised. If your people were too incompetent to hold him, that's hardly my responsibility. Who's talking about Superman? You sold out the whole planet. If I had any hard evidence of your deal with the Collector of Worlds, I'd have you shot for treason. What a pity, then, that you don't. I might not be able to arrest you, but I sure as hell not going to trust you with access to classified installation. Send those MPs in here. And, sir, escort this traitor off the base and confiscate his badge. We won't be needing him anymore. But we see them, they're ready to test the kryptonite on him. And sure enough, he becomes the Kryptonite Man, and he's ready to go after Superman. Oh dear. Oh, Superman saves him. If you've got your photo, you better clear out. I can't hold this forever. Boom!
Yeah, well.
Not used to find someone tougher than you, huh? I don't know who you are, but why is this car so heavy? You don't know who I am? You bust up in my marriage, throw me out a window, and you don't know who I am? Wait, Ramsey, what happened to you? Oh, by the way, the other two members of the K-Men were his wife and his kid. Meaning, in other words, Vindictive is able to give him his family back, even though they don't deserve to be back with him.
Right.
So yeah, it shows what happened. He got sent into the bay. You self-righteous son of a... She was my wife. She was terrified of you. You had no right. I had a responsibility. I loved her. Oh. No matter what happens to me, she'll be safe from you. Stupid choice now. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, probably will, with Steel helping him out.
Yep.
Yes. And Superman showed up in his own radiation suit.
He's got a rad suit. Okay.
Yep. Your only protection is this flimsy piece of cloth. And, not even that. Oh.
Oh, well. It could cook your face.
Yep. And then he came to the idea of Steelworks.
Steelworks. Clever.
So he's wondering, where do you get it? He doesn't know, so he's going to start digging. Oh, more stuff with John back over there, and then got it. I should hope so. The Xeno mineral is irreplaceable. Unlike you, Mr. Luthor, I do not appreciate carelessness with my property, Abernathy, especially when the property was so difficult to obtain. Oh, so he swiped it!
Yep. Yeah, that's totally Lex, isn't it?
Yep. But then the kryptonite's in this building somewhere. I can sense it. I take it back. Then General Lane is willing to bring his family to him. You'll have to help me find my wife. Crap. Meanwhile, we see someone in there.
That's a sub, ain't it?
Yep, and it's the Atomic Skull.
Oh, he just pulled his face off.
And Max Land did that one. Unfortunately, we never see. They say look for more in 2013. We never get that.
Really?
Unfortunately.
Atomic Skull's a seriously underrated villain for Superman. I think he's
I
cool.
know, but see, especially that. But now we see we're almost done now. The multitude is here.
And now he's fighting God and angels?
Sort of. These angels are more symbolic. Cool. But we're seeing there's a civilization being put on excavation on Mars, calling for help. And of course, Superman heads out there. As they're coming there to help. They're like, it's Superman! Mission to Mars. Basically, yeah, they're talking about what's happening about this mission and everything, but he's attacked by the Metalex. Them again. Metalex. The Metalex have been running from something that destroyed their home planet centuries ago. The Multitude. It's coming this way, folks, and if we can't stop it, Earth is next in the flight path. So they have to get ready to deal with the Multitude. Which, there it is!
Okay.
Angels? Roar!
That's terrifying.
They're angels. Does that mean it's Judgment Day? Too many to count in. Oh my God, Superman's coming back. Give me a shot at them. Like locusts devouring everything in their path. Too many. I'm still only one man. So they realize there's always a way. When the odds are impossible, do the impossible. The Multitude can't be fought singly. So he did something impossible. Because basically Jor-El was Krypton stop the Multitude.
Oh, okay, okay.
The Multitude isn't a multitude at all. It's not a race of beings. The Multitude is only one thing. A single weapon with countless points aimed at us from a higher fifth dimension. We all have to hit them all at the same time. So in other words, what appears to be many is not truly many. So they use that device there, 10 gigawatts of electricity to knock them all out. As we then see Vindictivitch is there saying, oh, Superman, how can I ever thank you? That attack burned his arm. It's you, isn't it? You hurt my arm. You and your smart aleck father. But I've been dipping in your smelly little barnyard work for a long time. Now I'm here to conclude my business with you, boy. As the young kid is melted. Everyone is melted.
That's messed up.
And look at him. He's like a demon. I'll teach you fear. I've been here much longer than you have. I've been waiting for this. Laying traps, gathering servants, setting you up for the fall of a lifetime, you smug little man god. Guess what, Superman? You're the ultimate loser! We see more stuff with Solly Fish, and this time with Chris Prouse on the artwork. As we're just going to see a moment of seeing where Krypton used to be. And he's able to see when Krypton was destroyed.
Is that Neil deGrasse Tyson in the top
Yep,
panel?
helping him, or someone like him.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. He's a huge Superman fan.
Up, and we see the deaths of the Kents.
Hey, I'm not crazy about that particular story.
I know, but we see Vindictivitch was actually there with Mom Pa as Clark's heading out on his date with Lana. I think about that in that day a lot. The prom night. If things have been differently, I think maybe they were different once, Clark. Before Vindictivitch, he messed up a lot of things and changed the way it was supposed to be. That name again. Mrs. Nixley, you transformed into something I could barely comprehend. You're you here, and a princess in the fifth dimension. I had to show you my complete face. Otherwise, you never believed in what I'd have to tell you. But I was right about your fortress, and I knew you'd take the job at the Daily Planet, didn't I? You said time would become strange, like the memory I just had of being on Mars. But I've never been to Mars, so he hasn't been there yet.
Okay.
Not yet. The Mars colony project is 2 years from launch, Clark. Noah Random is 8 years old. But think about the way the water is displaced around a shark. Vindictivitch disperses time when he closes in for the kill. Hope you don't mind me keeping a souvenir. A t-shirt won't stop what's coming anyhow. It's hard to prepare for an enemy who can strike at any moment in your life. Someone who can make this conversation feel like something important that you're trying to remember. Like you're running in an indestructible suit of yours and the sky is red. Ooh!
That's a cool cover.
As we're jumping around, I can smell his thoughts. He's here. I've waited longer than any of you. Don't let him get him. Superman kill! Oh dear.
What?
Well, it's that shapeshifter.
Yeah, okay. I was a little having trouble working that out.
There's still time for a story, Clark. Make yourself comfortable. She's going to tell her, and she tells them the story. Everything about it, how she was princess, Gipslet and Liz. Nothing can bring a smile to the King Sing's face. He had two court gestures, Vindictivic and Mixius Pitalik. Mixie was the only one who actually made him laugh, and Vindictivic sneered at it. But Mixie didn't pluck numbers from his pockets or wing constants from his sleeve. He pulled a universe from his hat, a rolled-up three-dimensional universe. Thrice every 30 days, 30 for the King Sing's amusement. He'd juggle matter and time to tease and trick the puffed-up little champion of 333 different worlds. Sometimes all at once. Super Turtle of this planet, all of those. They tried a million ways to make him say his name backwards and never could. My Mr. Mixius Pitalik. I'm sorry, Clark. 5D words sometimes come out like thunder. You fell in love. And where was the other magician? All this Vindictivic. You have a nose for a story, Clark. See, that was the problem. Vindictivic, the envious one. When Mixie declared his love and gave me 3 wishes to wear, Vindictivic was enraged. Superman is confused and disoriented now, losing his powers. Wherever he goes, we follow. Don't let him get away! How did I get involved in any of this? You were Mixie's favorite trick and the King's, the one who tricked back. You outsmarted Mixie every time. I don't remember outsmarting anyone called Mixie. You will. So in other words, this is for Clark. He hasn't dealt with Mixie yet. For Mixie, this is after he's dealt with him.
Okay.
For me, it was the past. For you, it's the future still to come. For Vindictivic, it was the last straw. Driven by a jealous rage, he stole 3 sublime weapons left from the Chromo Conflict Z, the Nothing Coat, the Imaginator, the million-pointed multi-spear. Then wearing the Nothing Coat, he crept through the palace unseen to kill Mixie and take me. But it didn't work out that way. As we're seeing the future of him fighting them. Like the second of 3 5D weapons was the Multitude. The third was a kind of demon box. This is Superman calling the Legion of Superheroes and Heroes on the Time Wave. This is Superman calling Comet and the Wanderers. Superman calling Crypto. Vindictivic saw only the shadow of the drape, the familiar derby head of its enemy. He raised the multi-spear, bristling with fractal points. Then he struck. My father was laughing, trying Mixie's silly hat and little hat on his head. 230 worlds died instantly. On 2 of those worlds, the multi-spear encountered unexpected resistance. The feedback nearly killed us all. Vindictivic would never recover his sanity. He barely noticed his ruined arm, the shattered spear, the broken coat. He had killed not his rival, but his king, and the planetary from Regicide was eternal imprisonment. He would lose it all, lose everything, unless he could frame Mixie and seize control of Zerf, this multi-sphere. My father, Jor-El, repelled something called the Multitude. Together in different times and places, you and your father both found a way to hurt and anger a little god. And now he's taking revenge on your whole life at once. As we then see with him and Lana. Lana, it's my mom, Pa, isn't it? I'll never forget the sound of screaming and breaking. And Mixie telling me to run. And I ran, shedding dimensions as I went. I hid here on Earth almost 60 years ago. Flattened down, exiled, completely vulnerable. All I could do was wait for Mixie to get in touch. 25 years into it, I used up my first wish to bring us back together here on Earth. It was sweet, but it couldn't last long. That was your marriage to Mystic Mr. Triple X. Then you used your second wish to erase Clark Kent's apparent deaths from history. The third wish could save us all, Mrs. N. Maybe if I got a chance to use it. But I died, Clark. Revealing myself to you was like setting off an alarm in the 5th dimension. Before I get the chance to make my last wish, I die. Vindictivic wins. Damn!
Yep.
Add
Wow.
5 D Princess to your list of kills. Back to the hunting grounds, Nimrod. We'll catch up with the others for the grand finale.
So wait a minute. How come Clark didn't hear that or stop?
Because he's the master hunter.
Ah, okay.
There you are. Shall we begin? The second death of Superman. As we get a story done with Mixie. How much of a comedian he was.
Mm-hmm.
How
You
much
couldn't
he felt.
avoid it. You couldn't avoid him.
But the fact that he's not the main threat.
No, just
But we
it's like
see,
a backdrop, I guess.
but see, as she jumped into the hat, he then took up, and Vindictive took a shard from him, or maybe the other way around for all we know. His greatest trick. But a joke was on the villain because the Man of Steel was EM's favorite trick, not his greatest. One, and we see the two of them meet up there until eventually his sickness was taking Mixie. They actually then had a child. Turns out, but why did she call Ferlin his her nephew? We'll get to that. But yeah, so much just goes crazy. It's hard to understand.
So
But
that was her. Okay.
yeah,
Okay, I'm
that's Miss.
seeing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
again, what she said. She was the princess.
Right. I just didn't know when they were flashing back and showing the blood
Yeah,
in the background that was her.
yeah,
So
that was
that makes
her.
sense. Okay. Okay. Oh, cool. Very interesting.
Yep, the second death of
Uh-oh.
Superman. As we see stuff with the Legion sneaking around trying to make their way to the past.
Wow.
Yep, with help from everyone they could. And apparently then we find out that Superman did die, but they never explain what happened in the New 52.
Well, was this before Dark Side Wars? This
Well
was,
before
wasn't
that.
it? Yeah, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yep.
Yep. But yeah, then we see Zadu right and show up, and everyone's fighting him. So basically, this is us catching up.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, this makes sense.
Yep. No one ever taught you the box, Doctor. What's happening? Susie, what are you doing here? I was in Superman's head. I've joined up his head to the head of every suffering thing in the whole world. Billions of things in pain for no reason. Now he's in trouble. What are you talking about, Susie? It's Aunt Lois. It's me. Who made you hurt Superman? You would never hurt Superman or anyone else, Susie. Remember? Oh, he basically, I made a deal with the little man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And now we find out who he is. Okay.
Yep. You are my greatest trick.
Oh, that's creepy.
It is. I'm
And
here
he's
to make a
wearing
deal
Mixie's
with you,
hat.
with
Man.
all of you. When Superman comes to you begging for help, say no. Deal? So yeah, blue K now. And can kill Zadu's Phantom 4. My cave wings have special properties. Red radiation particularly alters your perception.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's basically the son aged up, his wife, and Ramsey.
I'm seeing it.
Oh, Crypto! But yeah, we then see that there's Mixie in his coma. Look what it did. I'm blind in one eye. He called his dog. A Krypton guardhound is unbeatable. Must I do everything? Take this weight from me. Oh, Jimmy's helping out with Lois. Hands up, my star photographer. Lois, you rock.
Wow.
So they were trying to kill Mixie. Superman told us to come here. I don't know why. Why would Superman want us to come here? He'll die forever.
Mm-hmm.
We then see the day before yesterday. It came to me in a dream. It's Super Doomsday.
Wow.
And we see the Legion show up. And, ready to die, Superman? Actually, I think I have other plans. And we see more with the flashbacks.
That looks vintage as hell.
It does. That's Chris Sprouse's artwork. But we got one more issue left. So it was actually 17 issues, not 18.
You liar!
Oh, no, as you know, it was 18 because we had the 0 issue.
Yeah, we did. That is 18. You don't count zeros.
Right. Ma, Pa. They only wanted to make sure I got home safe. Aww. But that Martha's dead. But I saw Angel's Clark and they gathered her up. I'm going to die. I know. So he wants to go back home. And that's why he dies there.
I gotcha.
Why not just die? I told you I had other plans. Plans? I don't care! The Legion are then heading there because they know that Clark Kent. What do you want to know? We're old friends. So these were the three that she talked about that they met back in issue 1.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay.
Yeah, they said a blonde, a black hair, and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. She did say that. Okay.
Yep. They found out they were too late. They're the ones who helped Jonathan and Martha pass on. We see the deal with the stuff with Glenn Morgan. They're trying to do what they can to help.
Yep. So everything's coming full circle.
Yep. Why didn't I foresee this? I need extra. This is when he realized that. That's when he realized he needs more people to help, and so he offered them all a deal all at once. Oh, I take it back. I guess they weren't his family. I guess we were meant to think they were.
Oh.
But yeah, so the Legion are there, and basically, like, you can still help me. You were a scientist. That's the guy again. We saw before. You know, the guy who shapeshifts.
Where are the Green Lantern chains coming from? I'm a
Oh
little.
no! These are kryptonite chains.
Okay. Okay. I was a little confused. Like, those just
Why else would he
up.
be weakened? Why else would he be weakened?
I was just confused. I was like, what is going on?
Yep, but yeah, you have to go to Mars next. After that, it's all up to you. How could I tell him? Superman died. Superman died a second final time. That's about the end. That's what all this is about. Don't forget that. Prevent Superman's death. We stop the rise of Universo and save the lives of our friends. And so we find out that again, this Super Doomsday is another Superman, but made into a monster. Oh, I guess I was wrong. There is one more issue. Nobody kills Superman but Lex Luthor. So I guess they. I guess they added one more issue. They realized they needed one more.
Yeah, you couldn't close up that story.
Right. So we find out Clark met up with his pa for one last goodbye before that night. It was that night, but right beforehand.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's Terry Dotson's cover.
Wow.
I remember back when they were doing the Channel 52.
Mm-hmm. Channel 52.
Mm-hmm. Yep, here I should have known because it's the last issue. So Lex is helping deal with Super Doomsday.
Okay.
Luthor, die! Crypto, on 1,000 worlds, die! Empty. Nope, turns out Lex was still locked away. So this is playing. So he was playing up with what Lobdell was already setting up.
The remote telepathy.
Yep. Because you see he has that scar on his face like he's supposed to.
Yep, he was putting that implant.
You can barely see it.
Yep.
I'll get more than props than that he represents. Oh, we see the Red Lion Superman great caused by Red K.
That's crazy.
The Red Ant Head.
Yeah, that's crazy. Sorry, I like that.
Yeah, but Mixie wakes up, knows what's going on, and but then we see Ferdinand shows up, thinking like, I knew he was a fraud, faking the coma. So okay, so the assassination of the princess, the 5D princess happened. Then years later, the attack, the stuff on Mars happened, which then led into all this.
Yep.
So we just got things a little out of order.
And now he's waking up. Yep.
Oh boy. I taught your mother how to use her blood as an escape pod to the second dimension. Don't you get it? I get that you're insane and a fraud. I get that everything I worked so hard to achieve is just some joke to you. My life is a lie. Is that it? It's about birds and the bees, Ferlin. You're part of the greatest trick. Your mom, she hid in the red. Red in Superman's. But yeah, basically, like he's being taken away. Why? Because he's actually a fragment of Vindictivic. Hence why he's lashing out. That's the Vindictivic side of him lashing out.
Oh, okay.
So Ferlin wasn't an actual natural child.
Huh.
But yeah, it's basically like a rogue 5D entity is tearing space and time and Superman apart. But say we slam the time bubble in its face at superliminal velocity. We buy Superman the moments he needs, like a custard pie. The joke's on me again, isn't it? Mother, how could you? But yeah, oh, look at all these different crap kryptonite transformations won't work.
Wow.
Yep. Oh, and we see Adam Blake is there helping her this time. Turns out he's a good guy now. He's Comet and the Wanderers that Superman called for.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, they're all attacking them and everything. So he's getting all the help he needs, to deal with them.
Wow.
Still not dead.
How did he get so big?
Why do you lose every time? It's simple. You have the power of a god, but you don't understand the basic rules of the trick. For every that's what of the trick. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. For every you, there's someone like me to fight back, and I don't give up. So maybe you shouldn't have connected me and every living mind. Enough! So they're now all connected, and basically tell them, I can't make you say your name backwards, but 5D words are like thunder. If everyone speaks, all of us at once, you'll feel it. We all have to do the impossible once. All of you say your names backwards.
Good luck with that, Robert.
I cannot do it, but with that, he retreated back to the 5th dimension. So they've won.
Oh.
It was without Vindictivic, everything went back.
Okay.
Stop it. Stop the madness. All wrong. Doomsday engaged in 10, 7, 6, 3, 2. He killed my father. Lord Vindictivic killed the king. Seize him. You're safe. No, it was mixed up Mixie at Benelek, and no one else could see it. He tricked all of us. The whole thing's a trick where he always wins in the end. I don't deserve to be treated like this. It's supposed to be the other way around. Just like Furlan was saying, being arrested. What'd I tell you? Superman always wins. Relax, princess. You're safe with Mixie. Fool becomes king. Princess becomes queen. All together and all happy together and all happy together in the long days, becoming and ever and after becoming. Turns out the 5D world is circular.
Okay.
Until day comes, the queen is in labor, dying, and death becomes new life, as is the Quinto self-perpetrated. And so comes wisdom, and so comes tear, and no end is there ever after. The boys he cannot bear, for they remind the king of his divided self, but his daughter he keeps by his side always and names for his mother. So in other words, she had 3 kids. Mixie, Vindictivix, and herself. Hence why when she called Furlan her nephew, she had figured things out.
So it's like a Kentucky family.
But because they're 5-dimensional imps, so Mixie became the king and is destined to die.
Okay. That's weird. But yeah, okay. Full circle.
Oh, for a moment, we see Superman red and blue. She then tells him you can only do one wish, but it only involved the color red. Hence, he used that to fix everything on the Mars mission.
Okay.
Because it had to be something red related.
Right. That makes sense.
Clark, what'd I miss? Oh, I was chasing a story and I got into a brawl. Sure, that's okay. I'm fine. Seriously, you should see the other guy. And then we see a bit with the Legion. Just seeing all these examples. And this one alien boy learns to stand up like Superman. So, that's all of it.
And we're running through that. Yeah. Okay.
How was all that?
It was interesting. It kind of, for me, went left field. And it seems like up until at the very beginning of the New 52, even building up to New 52,
but you see
a lot of Mixolydic. A lot of
Mixolydic. Yeah, but you know so. Superman by the end is traditional Superman. But we wouldn't see most of this in the rest of the New 52.
No, not at all. It makes you wonder too.
Yeah. Did they just let him Grant do this and then just disregard it?
That's what I'm wondering. It's either that or we're looking at the Superman of the future from New 52's life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you want to tie all that together, but
no, I think they just ignored what Grant did because they just felt like, no, let's keep him dark and edgy. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not what anybody wanted. And I don't know. I think starting him off as asshole Superman it kind
I
of
mean, it
sets
makes
the
sense to
tone.
some degree, but again, Grant had him eventually learn. But I think because when you notice though, it already clashes with what Johns had did with them, since we see how Superman is already starting to become traditional Superman in what was set after Justice League,
Yeah, yeah,
after the first arc. I mean,
yeah. You're right. You're
so it was
right.
already clashing. But yeah, by the end of it all, he is a big inspiration. Like I say, I like the idea that we get a villainous Mixie without actually having Mixie.
Yeah, yeah. And to be honest, it was technically not Mixie, but it was still connected. And I do
Right.
like that they came from the 5D world and we're still pulling strings and screwing everyone's life up.
But at
And
the
you
same
don't
time,
find
though,
out till the end.
how does this fit with Manhattan being involved?
Now, my understanding on that was the events from New 52 were pretty much the direct results from the story arc and the storyline they went with the Watchmen film.
No, oh, no, 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 no. But I'm saying no. How
I don't
did?
know.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
Jeff Johns
know.
chose to ignore the vindictive side of it,
This is well,
or
yeah, you're
or
absolutely right. Yeah.
or or he kept it, but had it be that what changed turned out was Manhattan's doing, not Vindictivex.
That's what I
Meaning,
think.
meaning
Yeah.
that Superman was already in the wrong headspace, that he could have saved his parents but didn't.
Right. Right. And I think that's what they were trying to
Yeah,
go
and,
with, is what I'm
or you could
thinking.
have it
Yeah.
basically, in other words, what we saw was what Vindictivex still did. But once Dr. Manhattan put the JSA back into it, Superman's mind changed, and thus he was able to counteract what Vindictivex was already planning.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, I mean, that might be some interesting questions to ask some writers if anybody ever gets a chance to. Like, what was the idea here? Was this still happening and yada yada, or did it negate it? Like, did this completely just negate everything Vindictix was doing?
But now, what do you think about the artwork?
I did like it. I like the classic
Rags was
style.
amazing.
Yeah, I like it when it's newer modern art mixed with a classic style, and to me, that's where you'll get me every time. Like, I don't even know why. I just
Mm-hmm.
really appreciate that style. I like this series. I still think Jeff Johns had a better run with the whole
Oh, I
Brainiac
agree.
thing.
I
And
agree. But this felt like this was a Superman story that Grant wanted to do beyond All Star.
yeah,
All Star was
yeah.
this final story that him doing an origin story worked.
Yeah, and you know what? I do appreciate it for what it was. It was quite interesting. I never did like the Superman where the Kents were dead.
Yeah, but did you notice though? Did you notice that I proved my point though? If you look at it, you saw the little man and everything, but a lot of stuff didn't come in until after those two issues,
Mm-hmm.
The Andy Kubert drawn issues. Is then when we started getting the vindictive bit stuff truly.
Mm-hmm.
Beforehand, none of that. So I think that proved that Grant came up with it, expanded it to the 18 issues afterwards.
Absolutely. And it almost looked like they were going to go in a Brainiac Metallo direction versus,
Yeah.
and then they
Well,
sort
what
of
they
just
still did, what they
dropped
still
that,
did,
Well,
what they
sort
still.
of. Once
But
you
did you?
got into the Vindictix, it kind of just went
Yeah.
strictly in that direction. But still, it
Yeah,
was.
but again, but what would you say was your favorite of the arcs? There were three main arcs: the opening arc, the the filler stuff in between before the final arc, which was, of course, from Nixel getting shot onward.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say the opening arc because that was the most
I th-
consistent.
I
The
think
rest
the
gets all
opening arc.
too crisscross, mix up, like what the.
It's literally all over the place, and you could probably tell from issue to issue. I was even having trouble keeping up with some of what was going on in the story. Like, where did the green chains come from? I missed that part, and yada yada.
Yep.
I do think you're right. At the beginning first stories felt raw, felt real.
That
Grant,
was consistent.
we were dealing with shitty attitude Superman, but I do like
Yep.
that he was in jeans and boots and a t-shirt. It was still
And
pretty
even the
cool.
fact that when we saw him giving up the Clark Kent stuff and all that, it's like, but why did he go back and forth between wearing the blue jeans and all stuff and then his suit when he's with the League? What?
I don't know.
That
And
made zero sense.
I think that was, inconsistencies are going to pop up like that when you don't have editors paying attention to what you're doing.
Exactly. Now, what would you say was your favorite of the backup stories?
My favorite of the backup stories was probably let me think. I'm gonna have to say the backstory of the fifth dimension. Because
Yeah, same
to me, it
here.
ties it together. It ties the entire story together and makes it make sense. Where it wouldn't if you don't. It wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like if they didn't give you
Exactly.
that, you'd be like, I mean, I kind of see there's an outgoing plot here, but why did he turn on him? What's going on here? And then they
Exactly.
kind of did that. Plus, he was creepy in that
Oh yeah,
demon
Vindictive
form.
what? He was like the
Yeah,
devil.
yeah, he's creepy, and I guess that's the role he's sort of taking.
Well, given his name.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Just makes you wonder where's Constantine during all this stuff.
Exactly. So overall, what would you rate this whole story?
This whole story, I will rank at a 6.8 out of 10.
6.8? Really? I was
Yeah.
expecting a little higher.
Really, it's for me. It was the killers of the story. You had a nu52 Superman. That's
Mhm.
negative points for me, and then you have the cancer dad. Negative points for me. I mean, Martha's not even still around. I can accept John dead, Martha still around, but you know what I'm saying. But
Yep.
so these things were immediate dampers.
Hmm.
And then I did like once Lex changed, I didn't like that either. So it kind of
Yeah.
they should have stuck with the first two stories at Lex instead of changing him back into metal suit Lex, and
Right.
you know that just small things that kind of killed the story as a whole for me. But the
Right.
artwork and the main story arc is what's keeping it at 6.8. I will say that though.
Right.
That's it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite.
Right.
Especially from Morrison. It's not my favorite from Morrison, but
Right. Okay. Well, that's all we've got on this one. We'll see you on the next one. And I better make this private so I can actually edit this properly.
no editing.
We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
Bye.